back, relax, and maybe get yourself a snack. Me and you gonna have a little chat about books. Hey guys, so I'm here today to talk about two books that I recently read that are part of a series that I'm reading currently, and that is the Heartstrikers series. So this is book 2 and book 3 in that series. The first one, book 2, is called One Good Dragon Deserves Another, and the third in the series is called No Good Dragon Goes Unpunished. Both of them are by Rachel Aaron, who also writes under the pseudonym of Rachel Back. And let's get started. I'm just going to go into this one and tell you a bit more about the world and what it's all to do with. In this story and in this world, we're following a dragon called Julius, and the dragons in this world have the ability to change between human form and dragon form. So sometimes they're humans, sometimes they're dragons, but they always have the appetite of a dragon and the strength of a dragon. Even though it's built up more when they're in their dragon form and they're much stronger and much more powerful, they still have special abilities in their human form that mean they are a dragon rather than a regular human. At the section where we joined the second book, we're actually following Julius as he and his friend Marcy had built up a kind of business where they help to destroy demons. They are in human form. Marcy is a mage and Julius is trapped in his human form because his mother, who is the leader of the Heartstrikers clan, is evil, pure evil, and she's trapped him as a human because of previous events from the other book. So Julius is a human, but his mother just one day rocks up to their doorstep and says she has something she needs him for and steals him away back to Heartstriker Mountain to become part of a plot that she's got going on. Now, the head of the Heartstrikers is incredibly powerful. She has a special ability where she can lay loads and loads of eggs, which is something that most dragons can't do, and so she has many hundreds of children. So many, in fact, that she actually names them by the alphabet. So we have the A's, the B's, and so on, all the way down to J, which is where Julius, our dragon, the youngest dragon, comes in. And Julius is a nice dragon, which is completely unheard of in any dragon clan, let alone the Heartstrikers, who are known for being particularly ruthless. In fact, his mother actually killed his grandfather to take over the clan. And Julius is just too nice for his mother's liking. She's trapped him in this human form to teach him a lesson because he is not a dragon enough dragon. And although he has helped her in the past and he has done things to prove that he can do great things without being terrible as a human or as a dragon, she just doesn't believe it. In fact, she doesn't even care. So she's trapped him and she's taking him to use as a pawn in her game to influence the 3 powerful dragon sisters and try to win over their clan as part of her own. So in this book, we're following him as he kind of tries to prevent all the plans that his mother is trying to put in place. He actually is friends with some of these sisters and he doesn't want everything to go his mother's way. So he tries to influence her decisions, he tries to get involved and stop things. And alongside this, we also have another storyline of a terrible Lady of the Lakes who is a spirit who is trying to take over the rest of the world. So it's very action-packed, and I would say this is probably a urban fantasy, even though it's got like dragons and crazy fantastical things. It's set predominantly in a city called the DMZ, and it's also just, it's got a lot of modern day features. So there are telephones, so it's set in a modern day world. Now, what I love about this series is that it's so fun. It's really light-hearted. It's one of those series that if you're having a bad day or if you just want something really light-hearted and easy, this is the series to read. It definitely has those really wonderful moments of friendship and romance and a lot of love and hope and trust, but it also has betrayal, it has terrible sieges, it has terrible battles. It's got kind of a bit of everything and it just feels fun. It feels like there's not a huge amount of world building needed because it is urban fantasy, but there is a lot of cool stuff going on with spirits, with dragons, with mages, with ghost cats. It's got it all. In this particular book, we also get improvement on the characters' storylines, so we see them start to kind of come together more. We see some of the other dragons who we haven't seen previously because we're back in the mountain. We get to see their backstories. There's a seer called Bob who can see the future and has a pet pigeon. He's great. He's mad, but he's great, and he's the brother of Julius. There's his mother, who's the evil one. There's his older sisters, who we've never really met too much in detail until now, and they come into the story. But predominantly it's a story about Julius and how he is trying to change things and make things better by showing a good example of what a dragon could be. Not what a dragon is, but what a dragon could be. And I really, really like him as a character. He's great. So alongside him we have Marcy's storyline. She is a mage and she's very powerful, and at the point where we're at, she's got a mad little ghost cat that she's trying to figure out what it really is, where it came from, who he is, and this is really the story of him discovering himself. That's also a really awesome storyline. So together, loved this. This book, fantastic. It was so fun. I gave it 4 stars and it just felt like it was fresh, it was new, it was something I love. It is the second one in the series, so I kind of went into it knowing I'd enjoy it, but it was a step up from the first for sure, and I loved that about it. So I would thoroughly recommend this series. But let me just talk briefly about the third one as well, and this one is No Good Dragon Goes Unpunished. Now what I liked about this one is that it follows on from the events of the second, but the stakes are raised. The stakes are so much higher in this book because it's all about world politics now. It's not just within the dragons or within the DMZ, it's actually everywhere. All the dragons, all the clans are getting involved. The whole family of the Heartstrikers gets called to the mountain to discuss changes, and events from the previous book really force everyone's hand and make them have to completely shake up everything that they know, that they have come to learn as dragon ways. Everything is being tested, and right at the forefront of that, Julius, our little nice dragon, is leading the charge to change everything, which I love. I love Julius, he's great. Also, in terms of Marcy's storyline, the stakes there are also far more epic because we have been introduced to the concept of Merlins. I won't go into what they are, but my goodness, they sound epic and crazy, and Marcy is getting involved with their storyline and trying to figure out more about what it means to be a Merlin, what Merlins are, where they come from, what they can do, and she's really invested in the magical side of the story. So by this point we have the dragon craziness coup and Marcy and her badass magic. It's all great. The only downside of the third book is that because the stakes are so high and because each of our main characters has a massive amount on their shoulders, they're actually not together for a lot of the book, and I really missed seeing them kind of banter with one another and laugh and have fun, because that's something I love about the series, is the fun, light-hearted charm of it and the way that they feed off one another and support one another, and it's just great. But I didn't get as much of it in this book, which was sad. So I didn't give this one quite as high a rating, but I still really, really enjoyed it, and I'm definitely carrying on with the series. I gave it a 3.5 in the end, and I think it's such a strong, fun series that it's well worth picking up. I would highly recommend the audiobooks because that's how I've been listening to them, and I think they're fabulous and narrated really well. But I love the books either way, and I would thoroughly recommend the series to you. I think book 4 is already out, so I'll be getting that and reading that soon, but I think book 5 will be coming out hopefully next year, maybe. So very excited for that too. Possibly it's the last one, I'm not sure. But yeah, I really, really love this series, and I'm definitely excited to continue with it and also to read the other books by this author, because I've got a few of her other books sitting on my bookshelf to read as well. So that's very exciting too. Do let me know in the comments if you've read any of her work, what you thought of it, or if you read this series in particular. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye guys!
Thank you for watching my video today. Go pick up a book, then come back and chat with me again.